Greetings, and good morning. Sun is already up, but I'm up before the sun. This is Body-Culinary, and I'm inviting you to come and lose your gut with me. Your gut, not your muscle tissue, your gut. So if that is extra adipose tissue, right, which is a technical term for fatty tissue that we have a tendency to store around the midsection. That's the only weight we ever want to lose. And I like to say weight release, right? I want to put everything into a context that is very practical where we're not beating up on ourselves or shaming ourselves because that doesn't work. And I'm here to let you know, as someone that's been in the healthy eating, nutrition, and fitness industry for several decades, trainers can get a gut too. Trainers can get a gut too. Fitness competitors can get a gut too. I don't know if any of you folks remember The Biggest Loser, which I used to like that show. There was a series they did where they had a lot of previous Olympic type athletes, like really accomplished athletes that had gained so much unhealthful weight. So I thought that was really interesting, the mindset. I'm always fascinated by human performance, human sabotage. What is the mindset? What is the pattern there? As well as human excellence, performance, and being self-actualized. Because there are definitely some patterns and some habits at play. If we're not aware of something, it's almost impossible to change something. So if you're interested in this kind of conversation, and not only a conversation, because over here in this little teeny tiny corner of the internet and the ethernets, there's nothing like getting into immediate action around a goal. So that being said, make sure you're safe and clear to move with me. Keep in mind, for those of you that are interested, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm Body-Culinary, professional chef, personal trainer, natural-born woman. Shout out to you, whatever your expression is. All are welcome here. And on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance. And this is such a benefit because this is my quickie hairstyle of the day and allows me to sweat and to exercise. And I share 3 leverage lifestyle practices. Leverage because they give you something back for the investment of your time and your attention. So do like, comment, and subscribe if you like. So those 3 lifestyle practices over here are peaceful consumption, real food that loves you back. And that's demonstrated, right, by how it behaves inside of your body. 2, your personal movement practice, which is like the bestest part of my day. That's why I feel powerful. That's why I can really work on cultivating resiliency, focus. All the time and effort I put in for work and other people, I'm putting it in first. I'm depositing into the 401k of my health and my body longevity first. And then there's garden therapy. Everyone can grow something, at least a herb, something beautiful that you can eat, which is simple, right? And also a beautiful plant to look at. So if you're talking to me about fruits and vegetables, movement in the garden, you've got my attention. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. So do feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, for those of you interested in some positive community, because I like to come together around activities, right? There is group coaching if you're interested in doing an overhaul, which is basically whole, fresh living and unprocessed foods as a lifestyle. And if you'd like to be coached in that, there is group coaching on Sundays. So you can reach out to me if you're interested in group coaching. If you're merely interested in coming together with other folks, in this case, in particular, women, sharing, starting a garden, if you're interested in starting a garden, or sharing your wins in your garden, sharing your movement practice from your heart rate monitor and your tracker, sharing your healthy eating endeavors as you're on this journey, then check out Flower Fit Coaching and Community. So if you're interested in the group coaching, that's on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you're welcome. You'll need to download the Discord app if you'd like to participate in Flower Fit Community. You can also reach out to me if you're interested in private consulting or how I might be able to help you. Because I do coach people that overeat and that eat junk. Because I'm a former junk food junkie. So do check that out. There is a guide, Whole Living Foods in the Hood, which can really be, it can really shorten your learning curve, right? If you want some insight as to how I'm able to not engage in certain things, like for me, certain things that I used to gorge on just don't occur to me as food. So if you'd like insight into what I've been doing all these years to maintain and sustain whole fresh living and unprocessed foods as a lifestyle. Check out Whole Living Foods in the Hood. And that also has sample shops and ideas for what you can make with all this unprocessed food. Again, as a lifestyle, if you've had a lot of acne, as I have had, and you're interested in getting off the whole stroll of so many products, check out Natural Beauty No Products. I am someone with very fine, when I say fine, I mean not very dense, right? It's not dense in terms I only have so many follicles of hair on my head. All of my locks are flat. I'm embracing what it is that my hair can do, the natural characteristics of it. And I find I'm rewarded for just sitting in patience. So this is definitely the hair that's made for the garden, the movement, and adventure. So check those out. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today, you're welcome to join me. Again, make sure you're clear to move. I'm going to be doing just a short session of cardio. I'm using my jump rope. If you have issues with your knees, you do not have to jump. There are a million different modifications for what it is you can do. And I also want to say this before we get a little moving and sweating. Something I think is very interesting. As a woman, an Afro woman, hence the Afro, all are welcome here. As an Afro woman of Caribbean and also Afros, folks in the Americas, Afro-American, if you want to call it that. Our heritage, we have never had a problem with being curvy. That's throughout the Caribbean, Africa, Brazil. I've never seen that in all my years until today. We never had a problem with our natural shapes being curvy and voluptuous, what we really look like. I dare say we never even had a problem with aging, right? Where we're so preoccupied with being in suspended animation, which is not real. Now, I'm not the food police. I am not the hair police. I'm not here to tell other people what to do. I'm just sharing one person's perspective. And I also share out of concern, I know, for the esteem of those that are interested, right? Again, I'm not telling you what to do. However, I don't know that in your teens, in late teens, in your 20s, that we're thinking long-term of some of these alterations that would be encouraged to participate in and pay big money for. There's a lot that we're just not considering, right? How these things will perform or not perform 10, 20 years down the line, and then contraindications, a lot of people's bodies rejecting these things. So I do think there's something, and I would like to just represent someone that is very intentional about enjoying my time in my body and accepting the aging process, the maturity process, a phase of life that everybody will go to, where you're supposed to be enjoying yourself and enjoying the fruits of hard-earned wisdom, right? And discernment. So I invite and I encourage you, right? For those folks that maybe you can't afford alterations, or you're not interested, or that you really just want to be comfortable in your own body, I encourage you to consider health as your number one beauty product, right? As someone that had a lot of acne, right? I'm only 5'2". I can put on weight very, very easily. So being comfortable and caring about yourself as you are now, giving yourself the validation quite often that you're seeking from other people, right? Because that's not the full context of who people are, right? And embrace, enjoy your body. Fluffy, a slight body type or not, we're not all built the same, right? We have imperfections. Natural bodies matter. Natural bodies matter. Afros matter. Kinky hair matters. So if you want to be represented, you're likely going to have to represent yourself. So today, I'm using a simple jump rope. This particular jump rope is not a weighted jump rope. You can find these at a discount store for maybe about $2. Yes, today, you're all welcome if you're respectful. I'm rocking my natural breasts. My natural breasts, and my priority is that they are tumor and growth free, that they are healthy, right? That is my main priority. So I encourage you to embrace your natural body textures, your skin texture, your hair texture, your color, your tone. We come in all the different shades of chocolate and yellow and golden and caramel and whatever else, vanilla and amarillo and all that other stuff. So if you don't have a jump rope, you can use 2 dish towels. Right, this is one of my scarves, my cotton scarf. So you can simply mimic the movement patterns that I'm doing, right? If you cannot jump and you have issues with your knees, then you can just be on the balls of your feet, not the toe, but the balls of your feet. Very, very lightly. If you are extremely deconditioned and maybe perhaps you have a whole lot of extra unhealthy weight, right? Or you have more weight on you, then you can simply lift your knees and touch your knees to your chest, just so you can get moving, pump your lymphatic system, right? Because your movement practice is actually very cleansing. All of that sweat, you can just start where you are now. Everybody can grow a plant. Everybody can get moving, right? It's deeply therapeutic. So again, you can go here. If you have a trampoline, as I bought one for my mom, shout out to mommy, or somebody has a lot of issues with their knees, feel free to treat yourself to a small trampoline. If you need to, maybe perhaps get one for your mom. They sell them also with handlebars on it. And the beautiful thing is that there's no heavy slamming on the floor or heavy impact on your knees. If you need to wear a good support bra, fine. If you got a bra, this one doesn't have any wire in it, you can put another bikini top under the bottom to give yourself more support. So I know I want to enjoy myself again inside my natural body. So we're going to go through a little bit of, some good quality time. Because I bet if I came over to your house right now, we were making pies, living pies and cakes from berries and all of that stuff and jump and rope, it would be a no-brainer. I think many more people would move if you had some support. So now you got some. Again, if you need to reach out to me, you can do so on body-culinary.com. Now, to keep yourself nice and safe, I'm using a heart rate monitor. This one is my favorite. Many of you have these expensive Apple Watches, and this is not a fitness tracker. If you have a fitness tracker, you can use a fitness tracker as well. Anything to keep yourself safe so you can learn about your heart rate zone and make sure you're not overworking yourself. Some people are taking medications and beta blockers for their heart. So you can keep yourself safe by using a heart rate monitor, and you can also track how much fuel that you are burning. So again, these are some of the things we go over in efficient and effective fitness, and also on body culinary coaching and Flower Fit on Sunday. So I'm using my heart rate monitor. Polar is my favorite. So I can see before I've even started that my heart rate is at 89 beats per minute. Typically, average resting heart rate is between 60 and 80. So if your heart rate is racing, that means likely your cardiac muscle, your heart muscle is very weak. So again, listen to your body, right? If you're working really, really hard, like if you can't breathe, that usually means that you are working super hard. You may want to slow it down, or in between, just lift your knees to your chest. So I'm going to start my heart rate right here. I'm going to press it so I can see exactly what my heart rate is doing. I can see it represented as beats per minute. Right now I'm at 75 beats per minute. Or I can see it also represented as a percentage, right? So I'm going to put this right here. This is going to start to give you some feedback on how much fuel you are burning during your movement practice. This is key, y'all. So now, right, you have every excuse to get into action around what you say is important. Hopefully one of those things is health. So I'm at 41% right now. That's 75 beats per minute. I know that's really, I'm not working on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm not even barely at a 1. So this can help to train you so that you get an understanding of how your body is responding physiologically to movement. Okay, so we did a little talking for this one. Now, I got a little teeny space, right? And I say this all the time. If the brother's in jail, right? Or men folks or locked up, or women, but men folks, they're usually a great example of folks that got a lot of time on their hands, but they have a small space. If they can get fit, why can you not get moving in your small space? Well, yes, you can get moving in a small space. All you need is an exercise mat. When you're coming to Flower Fit, and if you're joining me in the morning, right? In the morning, we're doing our strength training and our dynamic flexibility. This is going to be more of a cardio-based movement practice. So you can release some stress, pump your lymphatic system, and also so you can sweat. So I'm going to start off by basic jump rope. Again, you can use your trampoline if you have a trampoline, or if you have 2 dish towels, you can come right here. You can be right on the balls of your feet, so there's no slamming and there's no impact at all. I'm right here. That's all I'm doing. Let me come in the white part so y'all can see. Look at this. So everybody can do something. Also, my pelvis is tucked under, my belly button is drawn to my spine. Y'all got that? That's a lot of talking. So it doesn't have to be a long session, but just so you can get moving, all right? So I'm going to start off with basic jumps with my feet together, right? I'm going to balls my feet. I'm going nice and easy. I want to make sure that my belly button stays pulled in to my spine. Here we go. Make sure I'm not knocking the plants down or beating the plants down. So you can go for either 1 minute or 100 jumps, whichever one comes first. Now, if you flub up in a rope, right? Or if you have to stop jumping, you just come back. That's all. So I love movement for so many different reasons, right? This is also a great place where you can fail forward. There is no failure. It's only feedback. So you can go for either 1 minute or 100 skips or jumps. If you flub up in the rope, you can simply straighten the rope and come right back. All right, that's 100. Take your knees. Make the effort to touch your knees to your chest. That's also helping you to release your lower back. Now, if I got my little family folks at home, yeah, here on the internet, you can do this with your partner. You can do this with your children. I think it is wonderful to bond off of the garden, making food, and your movement practice. Second set of 100. Or 1 minute. Just a basic jump. This also helps your coordination. Pull your belly button into your spine. The roosters are going off. Make sure you're breathing. Almost messed up the rope, but that's okay. So that's my second set of 100. Now I can feel my calves. I can feel my blood coursing through my legs, right? Nice and easy. It's going to be my third set, so you can take your time. If you only get 25 skips, that's fine. If you only get 50, that's fine. So I'm going to just take a moment, do a little bit of stretching. Again, my pelvis is tucked under. My arms are straight. I'm stretching out my chest and my shoulders. So if you're standing next to you, you should be able to hear your inhale and your exhale. Third set. So you can stay with the basic jump. I like to mix it up. I'm not going to do too much today. So I have a series, several rituals and patterns that I do. So the basic one is your basic jump with your feet together. So you can stay with basic. I'm going to take a twist. So my stomach muscles are pulled in. I'm just twisting side to side, nothing too fancy. If it feels like too much, just stay with the basics. So again, we're going for either 100 or 1 minute, whatever comes first. Ready? Here we go. Or you can use your little dish towels. Okay, that was number 3. So again, my blood is coursing through my legs. Your active rest, touch your knees to your chest. Now, I've had people that jump rope, when they flub up and, or, you know, the rope gets tangled in their feet, they get frustrated, right? So your movement practice can show you a lot about how you deal with stress. If it's a new skill, then you can beat up your child if they don't know how to skip rope. No, be patient, untangle the rope. Jump rope is an excellent example of you get better every time you do it, just like riding a bike. So let's take a little commercial break. I'm going to come down to the floor. So I'm on the floor. I'm going to tuck my pelvis under. Let me turn this a little bit to the side, right? We want proper alignment. So I'm spreading my fingertips nice and wide. I want to make sure I activate my scapula by pressing my hands into the floor. I don't want my shoulder blades of my scapula winging out, popping up off of my back. So I want my wrists, elbow, shoulders lined up. My head is not curled in, it's not here. I'm looking straight down. Pelvis is tucked under. This is not tucked under, this is engaged, right? So join the belly button into the spine. So we want to open up your hips. This would be an example of dynamic flexibility and core. We're keeping it nice and easy. So what you can simply do is, from this tabletop position, your hips and knees lined up, your hands underneath your shoulders. I'm going to simply step my right foot outside of my right hand. So I'm getting a stretch all in here in my hips. We really want to keep the hips open. From here, I'm simply coming down, putting it right back down. So keep your, as much as you can, keep your headlights, your imaginary headlights on your hips pointed straight down. Then I'm going to step the left foot outside of the left hand. Now you might find that you're so tight in your hips that you maybe only can come here. So don't force your body, do whatever you're able to do. If you feel like you're a little bit stronger, because you also feel this in your triceps, again, I'm activating my scapula by pressing my hands into the floor. I'm going to straighten out my legs. I don't want my butt to come up into the air. I want to keep my hips, and I don't want this. That's going to mess up my lower back, right? That's compromising my back. Tuck your hips under, draw the belly button in. From here, I'm stepping the right foot outside the right hand. My back heel, I'm pressing it straight to the back wall so I feel a stretch in the opposite hip. Keep your hips and glutes out of the air, step to the center, and then left foot steps outside the left hand. I'm going to push my back heel to the wall. I'm going to open up this hip. So if I squeeze my butt cheek on this side, here's contracted, I can feel my hip, which usually is tight from sitting down, then I'm opening it up, right? Come back to the center, right? So from here, let's take it a little bit more to tempo. Keep pressing your hands away from the floor. Right foot steps outside the right hand, back to center. Left foot steps outside the left hand. If you need to rest in between, rest and then come right back. You'll build up your strength over time. So this is 3, center, 3. Keep your hips tucked under. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. I feel my core burning. 10. Good. And 10. So that was our active commercial break to activate our core, right? Coming right off the floor. So again, body's nice and hot. Simple. If you don't have the jump rope, then you're using the 2 dish towels and you're just coming up on the balls of your feet. If you're not able to do that, you're lifting your knees. You're making it to actually bring the knee in and touch the knee to your chest. And you can just repeat that while you get a little thing on. Okay, so this is the 4th set. Again, you're going for 1 minute or you're going for 100, whichever one comes first. Here we go, keeping the body nice and warm. Pull your belly button into your spine. $60. Let's go on for 1 minute. All right, so you might feel that you're out of breath depending on if you're deconditioned or not. So you can take a commercial break and touch the knees to the chest. So I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Natural bodies matter. I'm encouraging you to take care of the body temple you have. Before you can, I invite you, I can't tell you what to do, but before you consider going under a knife, spending thousands of dollars to go underneath the knife, and gravity is going to hit anyway, even with the best care. I invite you to take your body to the healthiest and the fittest it could be, because your form, what you look like, is going to follow your function. If you weren't exercising before a surgery, then likely you might be disappointed at the surgery, or what you had perceived in terms of your results. They may not even be long lasting as these different things settle into the body, right? So let's take another stretch. So open your rope nice and taut or tight, tuck your pelvis under, and take your arms back and forth so you're warming up the chest and the shoulders. So this is not to rep out, but we're going to do a little bit of dynamic flexibility and some movement patterns, not just exercises, to open up the hips and everything else in between our skipping and our cardio. So take your hips back. So you're going to sit back parallel to the floor as you take your arms up. This can be very revealing. If you're very tight, you may be falling over. We want to make the effort to look straight ahead. So as you sit back, you can open up nice and wide. Your arms are going to come straight, right? Ready? Belly button drawn into the spine so you're protecting your back. Sit your hips back and down. You can open up nice and wide and drop your hips. Whatever your range of motion, you should only go down to the point where you can pain-free. If you feel any pain in your knees, you stop. That means your alignment or something is off. So I'll go from the side again, tucking the pelvis under. Reach your hips back and down. So at no point is my back rounded, right? Take it back. So this would be 4. If you need to touch your butt to the bed or to a chair, you can do that. So this is actually a type of dynamic flexibility, right? Because you may not notice that your hips are so tight from sitting down that you can't sit for any length of time in this position. 4 more. So 4, 3, keep drawing the belly button into the spine. 2, good, and 1. So if you're able to drop the rope down, press your hands in prayer position. This may be very tight for you, so breathe. Press your hips open, and I'm going to extend one arm and strive to straighten out my elbow. Ooh, I feel that stretch travel all the way down to my back. Good, back to prayer position. Press open. You might need to come up from here and rest for a moment. And then straighten out the opposite arm. Strive to straighten out the elbow so you feel the stretch travel all the way down your side to your back. Place your hands on the floor. Straighten out the knees. Stomach muscles are drawn in. Come up slowly. Head is the last thing to come up. So see how easy this is? We're breaking this down. Easy peasy, y'all. And we're not worried about sweating out our hairstyle. So we have another twist for 100 or a minute, whatever you have. So it's every time you come back, you get better and better. So I flubbed up in the world. Am I going to beat myself up? No, come right back. Pull that belly button into the spine and keep going. You need to go a little slower, go a little slower. Good, and relax. You see how easy? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So our next set of rope that we're going to do, we're going to take an out in. So again, you can stay with the basic jump on the balls of the feet. This is also helping coordination. You can go out, in. I'm light. I'm on the balls of my feet. So it's 1 minute or 100 jumps, whichever one comes first. Ready? Here we go. Out, in. So let me see if I have, this is my tiny space workout. And it's funny, when I go in this direction, my rope usually gets tripped up. So maximize your space wherever you're paying rent or mortgage. That's your garden. That's your physical therapy, your hydrotherapy, and your kitchen healing laboratory. Out, in. Lift your knees to your chest. Woo. We're going to take another set of those plank steps for the core. Right, so cardio core at the same time. So coming down into tabletop position on all fours, right? So I'll turn a little bit more to the side for you. Shout out to my mommy. So tucking your hips under, right? This is winging out my scapula or my shoulder blades are popping off my back. That's not what we want. Spreading the fingertips, so I'm pressing through my index finger, my pinky, my thumb, activating my scapula, tucking my pelvis or my pubic bone under towards my face. Belly button is drawn into the spine, so I'm supporting my back. Spread those fingertips, line up your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulders. And my head's not curled in. It's not here. I'm looking straight down. My chin is pulled in. Right? Tuck those hips under. So either you're in a modified position, stepping and stepping, or you're in a full plank, right? And we're going to tuck the hips under, keep the butt out of the air, step the right foot to the right hand. So we're going to add on a little bit more here with the stretch. So take your time. If this is enough for you, stay here. Otherwise, I'm going to turn, I'm going to open, I'm going to reach my palm towards, and my fingers toward the ceiling. Turn right back down, nice and easy. Right? Come back to the center, step the left foot outside the left hand. Rotate, look up, and reach your fingertips, your middle fingers toward the ceiling. Same time, I'm squeezing this glute. I'm contracting my glute, so I feel the stretch in my hip. Not for nothing, you know, but natural body's over here. Shout out to you, whatever you got going on, right? No judgment. Back to the center and step and rotate. I do want to encourage you to feel comfortable in the body temple that you have been divinely assigned. Turn and rotate, opening up the front of the body, reaching your fingertips toward the ceiling. Right back down, step to center. Try to keep your hips and butt out of the air. So the headlights, your imaginary headlights are pointed straight down. Rotate, reach your fingertips toward the ceiling. Right back down. Again, step. So I'm feeling a stretch in the opposite hip. Rotate, reach your fingertips toward the ceiling. Place the hand back down. Center, step, and reach up. Good. So now for the rest of these, we're simply going to step it out. That was 3. We're going for 10. So this is 4. 4. Try not to let your hips sink. 5. 5. If you're pressing away from the floor, you should be feeling your tricep muscles. 7. 7. Get the core nice and warm. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. And 10. Woo! Woo, child. Woo! This kind of stuff gets me excited. Excited to be alive and moving. Are y'all moving over here? Are you laying in bed eating popcorn early looking at me? Right? Are you worried about sweating out your hair? Mm-mm. So I just got a little bit more to go. We're keeping it real simple. This is just to get you started. Right? So again, you don't need no fancy outfits. You don't need all that fancy stuff. Just some kind of decent support bra, some shorts and a mat and a towel. Make sure you have your agua, right, handy. All right, so today we did basic jump. You can stay right there. We did twisting from side to side, and we did out in, right? So that's a good amount of skill. That's enough for you to get started right there with some cardio, right? Right, here we go. So we're gonna finish it out. Basic jump. 100 or a minute, whichever comes first. Belly button into the spine. Or use your 2 dish towels. You should be able to hear your inhale and your exhale. That's 100. Lift those knees to the chest to release your back. You can stay with basic, or you can follow me, draw the belly button again. And this is no bueno for your back. That's pinching your lower back. Tuck your hips under. So you can take your twist from side to side again. If the rope gets twisted up, untangle it and just keep going. Right? This is great for your waistline. All right, so the last one, lift the knees to the chest if you need to release your back, which you may need to do quite often if your body's a bit more deconditioned. I can check my heart rate now. It's at 77%. So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, my RPE, or rate of perceived effort, because I can talk, maybe 7.5, 8. But it may be different for you, right? So this is a good place to use your heart rate monitor on your tracker. The last one is going to be out and in. Again, you can stay with the basic jump. Draw that belly button into your spine, right? So you're supporting your lower back. Here we go. 100 or a minute, whichever comes first. Out and in. So I'm going to turn the camera so you can see my little feces. I'm going out, in, and again, I'm not on the toes. I'm on the ball of my foot. Whew. Right there, here we go. That is my 100. Right now, sometimes when I want to progress it, I can go 1, 2. That would be 1. Today we're doing 1, 2, 3. Right, just to make it a little bit easier. Sometimes what I'll do to challenge myself, you don't have to do this. I'll go for a couple of double skips at the end. Ouch. That's why I don't do a whole lot of those. But the more I do them, if I haven't done them in a while, they look a little broke down productions. Yeah, a couple of those. It's just another skill. And those will get the heart rate up. Whew. Let's take one more set of core. Hey, Aries girl, child. How you doing? My message today, consuelas. Natural bodies matter. With the best care, gravity is coming for everybody. Don't get it twisted. It's coming for us all. Making a conscious decision to choose health as my #1 beauty product. We're not going to be healthy and toned without fitness. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Especially for a lot of folks, I'm just going to be honest. I saved you some personal training sessions. If anybody's telling you you don't need to be aware of how many calories, that's a lie. I've seen every situation. I've been in every kind of situation. Too much gas for your car is too much gas for your car. All right, let's get this last little bit of core and stretching in, and you're done for the day. And do whatever you're able to, and that's it. So tuck your hips. This is not it. My core, my belly button, my lower back is not engaged. So tuck your pelvis. Your pelvis girdle is right here. Tuck it under this pubic bone. Point it in the direction of your face. Press your hands into the floor. This is not engaged. This is how a lot of them doing push-ups, right? Doing arm cardio. That's not it. You want to protect your shoulders, right? So you don't get shoulder injuries. Press your hands into the floor and away from the floor. So I'm not doing a fully rounded cat, but I am pressing my hands into the floor so I can engage my scapula. I want my knees and my hips lined up, right? So modified, you can come from here, right here. If your foot only goes here, don't beat up on yourself and judge yourself. That's going to make you go eat a whole ton of ice cream. Just go here, do what you're able to do, but write some notes down in your food journal because you'll see your progression if you're consistent over time. Yeah, and come hang out with me 5 o'clock in the morning. What else you doing? So either take the modified or here. Make sure you're not sinking down. We're not humping the floor. We're not doing that. We're tucking under so that your core is engaged even while you're doing this movement pattern. Step the right foot outside the right hand. If you're on your knees, you're going to come right back to the middle. We're adding just a little bit more rotation to open up the front of the body. Your fingertips are reaching towards the ceiling. Place it back down nice and easy. You're still breathing. Step to the center. Left foot steps outside the left hand. I'm contracting my glutes, so that helps me to open up my hip, which also your hips, tight hips will affect you, can contribute to back pain. All right, and let's just rep the last of it out. So it's 2. We're going to step it out. 2, keep pressing your hands into the floor. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Ooh, my arms are burning. 8, 8, 9. Only going for 10. 9, 10, and 10. Yay! We are done. So just that little bit of time, other than me talking, coaching, all that jazz, that's about 28 minutes, and it's 142 units of energy, or kcal, or calories. So start to give you some kind of context on how is your body responding to what you're doing. It's quick, it's efficient. I like to add coaching so you know what you're doing. A lot of women give up because we don't have efficient and effective form. So you could be there just not getting the most out of your time, right? And if you're doing this early in the morning, you're pulling from a lot of the credit card debt, right? Of the old meals that we've eaten. You help to stimulate your eliminative system so you can go smoother. So let's talk and be efficient. You see, I don't have to worry about fretting, sweating out the hairstyle, because we have freedom here over here, and my body's nice and warm. This is part of your cleansing. You're spending for all these expensive detox programs, but did you ever consider that your movement is cleansing? Right? So I like to always do something for my back and my core. So we don't have to do every exercise or every stretch in the book. So I'm going to extend my legs out in front of me. My chest is nice and open. And yes, could you believe it? Oh my gosh, my body is not perfect. Again, that was never a problem or an issue for Afro women culturally. Every people got their stuff. That was never it. So I invite you to consider my body is divinely assigned. It's mine. I want to keep it healthy. Health is the number one beauty product, all right? So my legs are extended right out in front of me, nice and long, and my legs are active. So this is not active. This is active. My chest is up nice and tall. The only depression we want is shoulder depression, a lot of space between the earring and the shoulder. Inhale, stomach muscles pulled in. Exhale, walk your hands forward and see if you can extend your chest forward. Don't force yourself forward. If you're able to reach for either your calves, your calves, your ankles, or around the feet, you can do that. And keep extending your chest forward. Feel a big stretch behind the back of your legs. And breathe. Inhale and exhale into your stretch and relax. As the body cools itself down. Some days the body will be more open. Some days it will be more tight. Next movement pattern. I'm going to bend my right leg. That may be your left leg, and the headlights on my hips. I want them to face forward, right? So I want to square my hips off. So if you try to force your foot too far up and you feel pain in your knee, then release the foot down a little bit. You should not feel any pain in your joints. So this foot is active. Let me slide back a little bit. This foot is nice and active. So I'm going to sandwich this foot into the side. Stomach muscles pulled in. Inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward and reach for either your calves, your ankles, or around the foot. Inhale, and then exhale, reach your chest forward. I want to be rounded in my back. Reach your chest forward, and I feel a big stretch around my hip. My piriformis just goes right into my lower back. So this is one of my favorite stretches. Right over here, on this extended leg, I can feel my hamstring in the back of my legs. And on this side, this will give me a lot of relief when my back feels very tight. Reach your chest forward and breathe. Inhale and exhale into the stretch. Good, and gently release. And other side. So we are balancing the body out. So make sure that foot is nice. This is not active. This is active. I'm going to bend this opposite leg. I want to square my hips off. Belly button is jointed so I have support for my back. Inhale, exhale, reach the chest forward. Walk the hands forward. Reach for either your calves, your ankle, or around the foot. One side is likely more flexible and open than the other. So these are different things you want to pay attention to in your movement practice. Inhale and exhale deeply. Breathe into your stretch. Good. And release and take a moment to sit upright. If your hips, if there are any men folks out there, because I realize some men folks come to my channel. If your legs are up here, you can even take a yoga block and sit your booty on the yoga block, and that can help your legs open out a little bit more. I invite you to just take a moment to ground yourself in your movement practice. I invite you to make it the best part of your day, a time to feel athletic, empowered, to really neutralize a lot of stinking thinking. Take a moment to relax your big toes, your middle toes, your pinky. Allow your feet, your heels, your shins, your calves, your knees to relax into the floor. That is what I mean by grounding yourself in your practice. Notice as your body is cooling itself down. Allow your knees, your thighs, your hips and your glutes to rest and soften into the ground beneath you. Allow your stomach muscles to relax. Feel your lower back open and soften. Allow your torso, your back, your chest, your heart to open and relax. Allow your fingertips, your palms, your wrists, forearms and elbows to relax. Allow your upper arms, your shoulders, your neck, and your head to rest. Allow your ears to rest along the sides of your face. Your tongue to relax in your mouth, the eyes to rest gently in the sockets, your brain to open and rest inside of your precious skull. Notice breath and air as it flows in and out of the body softly. Take a nice big deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. And inhale deeply in. Exhale through the mouth. Last time, deep inhale. Exhale. I invite you to take a mental snapshot of what intentional relaxation feels like. Should you need to access this picture, if you become triggered or encounter another human being who's triggered today, if you would, I invite you to bring to mind something that you're grateful for, something that brings a smile to your face, something that gives you joy. I invite you today to feed yourself, your precious one and only body temple, the most colorful, nutrient-dense, water-rich, life force-filled fuel that is available to you today. To feed your body, your brain, your immune system, your mood, your vision for your life. Consider what do you need your body to do for you the next 10, 20, 30 years, next week. And I invite you to create a great day on purpose, just because you said so. Feel free to replay this for some cardio, to strengthen your cardiac muscle. You don't need much. Again, if you don't have a jump rope, you can use 2 dish towels. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Hit me up on bodyculinary.com. Download the Discord app if you would like to work out and move with me at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then you are up early enough to finish your movement practice and prepare healthy food for yourself. So if you can get into that habit consistently over time, it's life-changing. Create a great day on purpose, and I'll see you soon.